Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Edupedia World videos. In this lecture, we'll talk about Material Master. The Material Master contains all the information about the product or service being sold. This information is shared across the organization and maintained by different departments. It is structured in views according to the various functions such as Purchasing View, MRP View, Accounting View, and Sales View. SD-related data is structured in three views: Sales Organization 1, Sales Organization 2, and Sales General Plan. In our organization, we manage different types of materials, such as raw materials, semi-finished goods, and finished goods. Materials with a similar set of attributes are grouped under the same material type. The material type is the key to controlling screen sequence, data fields, and data. SAP has a set of predefined material types that meet most business requirements. Predefined material types: finished goods, finished products, semi-finished products, raw materials, services, configurable materials, and trading goods. From the sales and distribution angle, we will be most concerned with products and services sold to the customer. Now we will learn how to create Material Master. To create Material Master, we can use SAP menu. Go to Logistics, Sales and Distribution, Master Data, Products, Material, Trading Goods, Create. Or Other Material and General Transaction MM01. We will use General Transaction MM01. Double click. The screen shown is where you can specify the material type that you want to set up. Material type: we will create trading products, trading goods. Use the industry sector field to specify the type of industry, like chemical industry, mechanical engineering, pharmaceuticals, plant engineering, construction, and retail. We will use retail. There is a provision to create a material by copying it with reference to an existing records. You can use the copy from field to specify the reference material and the organizational levels from which the data can be copied over. The Select Views button allows you to choose which data screens you want to create. You can always create a material for a certain view first, such as basic data, and later extended it for other views. This is a typical scenario in most organizations, where different departments maintain their own piece of information and then hand over it to the next group. Based on your selection, you will then have to specify the organizational levels, plans, sales organizations, and so on, for which the data will be created. The following are some views that you will come across in the Material Master. We will only discuss the major ones. First view: basic data. This view contains product data common to the entire organization. You do not have to specify any specific organizational level to create this view. The material description, units of measure, and attributes such as weight, volume, and status appear in this view. So enter description for our material. Our material description will be apple, so our trading goods will be apples. Base unit of measure. We need to select kilograms, so our apple material will be in kilograms. Find in list kilogram. Material group. Material group will be trading goods, so double click on trading goods. Division. Division will be division P080. Laboratory and office, we can leave this field blank. All other fields is optional, so if we don't need this information, we can leave this field blank. Gross weight. 1 kilogram. Net weight will be 1 kilogram. Volume unit. Will be cabin inch. Size dimensions will be 255. After filling all necessary data, we can move to the next step, Basic Data 2. And here we see that all fields in the step are optional. So we can move to sales organization number 1. This data is specific to a sales organization and distribution channel. So we need to define sales organization and distribution channel. Sales organization will be P080. Double click and press continue. We see base unit of measure. It copied from the basic data 1, kilograms. Division and material group also copied from the basic data 1. We see here field sales unit, the unit of measure in which the material is sold. And if you need to specify a different unit for sales, enter it here. We'll set tons. Press enter. We see text classification. It's very important. We will enter number 1, text class number 1. If it will be 0, it will be without text. So, select 1. Press enter. Now we are at Sales Organization 2 view. This view primarily contains various grouping terms, like General Item Category Group. This is a critical field that determines the item category. It controls the behavior and flow of the material across the sales documents. Material pricing group. This field is used in pricing a product. It is used to group together materials that have the same price or pricing condition. We can select Normal Material Pricing Group. We will see here Material Statistics Group, Volume Rebate, Account Assignment Group, Pricing Reference Material, Product Hierarchy. But now we can leave all these fields blank. Product Attributes. You can capture the specific attributes of the product. It controls sales transactions such as the order can be processed only if the attributes are acceptable to the customer. We will leave these fields unchecked. We can move to Sales General Plant Data View. This view contains some general data and some fields that are plant-specific. Plant-specific information includes fields such as Availability Checking Group and Loading Group. And we see here base unit of measure, gross weight, net weight. This data copied from the Basic Data 1 view. Shipping data. We can select on pallets. Next view, sales text. On the sales text tab, we can maintain a description or notes about the material in different languages. Through controls in text determination, the text is copied to sales documents. In English, we can repeat our description, apple. Now we can move to MRP 1, Material Requirement Planning View. And we see 4 Material Requirement Planning Views. Data in these views are specific to a plant and storage location. This data contains MRP-related information such as material requirement planning type, controller, and plant-specific material status. Information relevant to material requirements planning is spread over 4 views in the material master. Settings here affect material availability check and inventory control. So we see that plant is mandatory field. So we need to select plant. Plant will be P080. Choose. And press Continue. One mandatory field in the screen is MRP type. So no planning. Press Enter. Cancel. Now move to second MRP screen. We see that there are no fields with mandatory requirement. We can move to third field. Availability check. We can select no check, so we don't need availability check for our material. And last view, in material requirement planning views. We can leave all these fields blank. Now we can move to purchasing view. The data in this view is provided by the purchasing department. It includes information such as purchasing groups, handling and procurement of the material, tolerances, and order units. Base unit of measure material group copied from the basic data number 1 view. We can move to accounting number 1 view. This view contains data information about valuation class, standard price, past price, and costing data, and so on. We can leave this screen without any changes. And accounting 2 view is the same. We can leave this field without any changes. We can see many other views in Material Master, but for sales and distribution, they are not important. After completing all necessary tabs and providing all necessary information, we can save our trading material. And we can see the material have successfully created. Material 69. So, as discussed earlier, you can create the material master using transaction code MM01. Now we will talk about transactions that will help you to maintain existing material master records. First one, MM02. This transaction helps you to make changes to any field in the material master. You proceed with this transaction code. You specify the material number, like 69, select necessary views. We can change some fields in basic data view and press enter. Change some information like cross weight 1.1 and net weight 1.1. Press enter. And we need to use 1.1, 1.1. And press yes to save information in our material master. Material changed. We can use transaction MM03 to display material. So this transaction has only display rights to the user. It provides display rights to the user without changing rights. So in this transaction, we can't change any information. We see that all fields are locked for changes. We can use transaction MM16 for flag for deletion. If any material master is to be discontinued, we can flag it for deletion using this transaction code. We can specify a material master number, optional sales organization or distribution channel, and press enter. Okay, delete distribution channel and sales organization. Schedule date. Will be today's current date and press enter. we see that the system wants us to provide only future date. If we enter current date, system will display the message the date is not in the future date. So provide future date and press enter. We can check material and press save. The deletion flag has to be scheduled for tomorrow's date. Another important transaction is MMAM. If the material type is to be changed at a later date, you can do so using this transaction. So in this transaction, we will change our material type. For example, in our material 69, we have material type trading goods. We can change this material type full products and press execute. And now we will talk about changelog in the material master. When you make some changes to material master, all changes are recorded in SAP. To check the changes done from within a material master record, you need to select Environment, Display Changes. So you can get a log of old and new values along with the timestamp and user details. Now we'll talk about customizing material master data. We can use several settings to configure the material master. However, the focus of this selection will be primarily on certain settings that are critical to sales and distribution module. You can customize all the required units of measure centrally from the General Settings menu. So first, we will configure our unit of measure, which we will use in sales and distribution. To configure unit of measure, go to SPRO transaction, press SAP reference IMG, SAP NetWeaver, General Settings, check units of measurement. Here you can specify the following: dimensions, specify the dimension for the unit of measure and the sales unit of measure. ISO code. This is standard list of ISO codes. It is important to data exchange with other systems via electronic data interchange. We can talk about electronic data interchange in future lectures. Unit of measurement. Here you can set up a custom unit of measure, link it to an ISO code, and specify other details such as decimal places and rounding rules. Other settings for key fields appear in the menu when you follow the menu path. Logistics General, Material Master, Basic Settings, Settings for key fields. First one, Define material groups. Double click. You will find a list of existing material groups. To create a new group, press New Entry, and then enter a unique alphanumeric name and a brief description. Material group test. Material group description test material group. Press enter and press save. Go back. In the settings for key fields, there is a special submenu critical to sales and distribution. Data relevant to sales and distribution. Two of the most important settings here are define sales statuses and define material groups. Define sales material groups. Define the sales status. To set up a new status, click New Entries, or we can use Copy as reference. Press enter. You can specify where the material is to be blocked in the various sales documents, as well as the response of the system when this material is used. Save. Define the sales material groups. SAP offers 5 grouping fields in this menu. Material group 1 to material group 5. Select the material group for which you want to add custom values. For example, we can use material group number 1. Use 3-character term and description. TST test. And save it. You can use some of all the grouping terms provided based on your requirements. The material group fields appear in the Material Master in Sales Organization 2 view. Now we will talk about product hierarchy. In the Material Master, we can enter the hierarchical classification of the product. This is very useful in pricing and statistical analysis. The hierarchy is broken down into different levels. Each level signifies a certain characteristic of the product. The product hierarchy fields appears in the Material Master view, Sales Organization 2. To maintain the value, we can use transaction MM01 or MM02. Based on the structure of our product line, we can create our own product hierarchy. The standard SAP system offers a 3-tiered product hierarchy. Level 1 and Level 2 are 5 digits each. Level 3 is 8 digits long and is called the 558 schema. Thus is the total length of hierarchy adds up to 18 digits. To customize a product hierarchy, we can go to SPRO transaction, click on SAP reference IMG, Logistics General, Material Master, Settings for key fields, Data relevant to sales and distribution, define product hierarchies. Maintenance product hierarchy structure. Here we see all product hierarchies for materials, and we can take a closer look to this example. So we see 3 levels of hierarchy. First level, 5 digits long, shows the type of product such as drink. Second level, 5 digits from the first level plus 5 digits from the second level. Classifies products into types like alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Third type, 5 digits from level 1, 5 digits from level 2, and 8 digits tell us about the product, like beer or juice. So you can divide from standard SAP and define your own hierarchy levels in the system by changing, and now we can go back to the main screen without changes. In last few lectures, we introduced the concept of master data. We explained the processes of creating and maintaining master records, focusing on how to customize and control the various fields and screens that appear in the customer master data and material master data. Finally, we introduced you to concepts of customer and product hierarchies. So we already complete with master data in sales and distribution module. Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos.